Here's Walz trying to do damage control on this on Meet the Press. I don't think he understands what that term means. Here he is with Kristen Welker, SOT 19.
Do you take responsibility for failing to stop this fraud in your state?
Certainly, I take responsibility for putting people in jail. Governors don't get to just talk theoretically. We have to solve problems. And I will note, it's not just Somalis. Minnesota is a generous state. Minnesota is a prosperous state, a well-run state. We're AAA bond rated, but that attracts criminals. Those people are going to jail. We're doing everything we can. But to demonize an entire community on the actions of a few, it's lazy.
I see. So they're so well run that the criminals were attracted to Minnesota. And it's not all Somalis. It's literally hundreds of Somalis, except for the 8 who are non-Somali. So don't generalize, Mark. He, too, has gotten the research paper on don't alienate the Somalis. They're still voting for us.
Yeah, I mean, it's very reminiscent of how he handled controversies during his vice presidential campaign, which is he's got some stuff to say, and he hopes the parade moves on before anybody asks a follow-up question. I did a little checking during the break. Minnesota used to have 2-year terms for governor. They don't anymore. 4-year terms, no term limits, but no one's ever won a third term. No one has ever successfully been a third term 4-year governor, and I think he might not break the streak after that answer. If
they vote for him, they deserve what they're getting at this point. But so here was a little war of words between Trump and President Trump and Governor Walz. Which is the opening shot? It's actually the opening shot was in a Truth Social in which President Trump called Tim Walz retarded. He used the word, quote, retarded. And then Tim Walz responded to that again on Meet the Press. I think it's SOT 20.
Look, Donald Trump insulting me is a badge of honor for me, but I think we all know, both as an educator for a couple decades and as a parent, using that term is just so damaging. It's hurtful.
Is it?
This is cruelness. This is meanness. It's aimed at a broader community. And as far as demonizing our Somali community, maybe he could help us on some things. Demonizing an entire community, folks who are in the professions, educators, artists, doctors, lawyers, entrepreneurs, they bring the diversity and the energy to a place like Minnesota. And for him to just randomly decide to do this, it makes no sense. Do your job. Get the criminals out. Secure our border, but do it with dignity and respect to the American tradition of respecting immigrants and refugees as a beacon of hope.
Okay, Trump shutting down immigration from third world countries was not done randomly. It was done in the wake of this reporting and the shooting of these 2 National Guardsmen by an Afghani national over the weekend. It wasn't random, but let me just give you the last piece of the story, which is Trump then responding to that chastising from Tim Walz on Air Force One Sunday night, SOT 2.
You called him what many Americans do find offensive or retarded. Do you stand by that claim of calling Tim Walz retarded?
Yeah, I think there's something wrong with him. Absolutely, sure.
But you don't think
you have a problem with him? You know what? I think there's something wrong with him. Anybody that would do what he did, anybody that would allow those people into his state and pay billions of dollars out to Somalia. Yeah, there's something wrong with Walz.
Okay, so Trump's defense is he actually is slow. He's not even taking on the issue that term is offensive to some. He's like, but it's real. I'm telling you, he's slow. Which is
anyone who
classic Trump.
I was going to say anyone who spent any time with Donald Trump is zero surprised at that response.
He's not sorry, no. Mark. You're shocked?
No. He's not even sorry, not sorry. He's just not sorry.
Oh no, not sorry. And I have to say, I've been thinking about that word because a lot of people are starting to use that word again. I don't mean to be too philosophical about it, but I do think it's one of those it's a message word. It's not really anybody wants to make fun of people who are slow when it comes to brain development. It's that they're sick and tired of being told what they can and cannot say. That term was used for decades, without it. No one's trying to actually say something negative about that community. They're trying to say something about the person they're targeting, that they're kind of slow. And this is a way of saying we're done being word policed. I think that's why Trump says it too.
Yeah, and also it's a word that he grew up using, I'm sure, because when he was a kid, that was a word people used. So again, I'm not surprised by it. I'm always against word policing, just as a general matter. So.
Yeah, and it never works with Donald Trump.
Yeah.
I can speak to that firsthand.
Yeah.
Just don't go there. He's not going to be moved by you.
No matter how good your research is,
one of the things we love about
no matter how good your research is, no matter how high profile the debate moment, he will not be moved by the word police.
That's right. But this wound up being a great strength of his as things turned out. Ever read the label on a typical bag of chips? It's often a science experiment of seed oils, MSG, artificial dyes, and mystery ingredients. Masa is part of the growing movement to bring back real food. Masa chips contain just 3 ingredients: organic corn, sea salt, and 100% grass-fed beef tallow. Not only do these chips avoid the bad stuff, they also taste delicious too. Snacking on Masa chips is nothing like eating regular chips. With Masa, you feel satisfied, light, and energetic with no crash and no bloat. And if you love Masa, then you will love Vandy Crisps. Vandy, which is Masa's sister company, makes the most delicious 3-ingredient potato chips too. Ready to give Masa or Vandy a try? Use code MK for 25% off your first order at masachips.com or vandycrisps.com, or simply click the link in the video description or scan the QR code to claim this delicious offer. Don't feel like ordering online? Masa and Vandy are now available nationwide at your local Sprouts supermarket. Stop by and pick a couple of bags up before they're all gone.
Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.